Greetings, citizens. Justiguy has arrived and returned. We haven't been in this setup in a long time, but we gotta talk. What do we gotta talk about? We gotta talk about this thing. This thing right here that they announced today. Like, maybe not even today. Like, maybe just, like, a little while ago. Depends on when you see this. So, Dean announced there's gonna be a new higurashi anime. And this is not scripted, so apologies. But my immediate reaction, you know, is obviously, well, you know, I enjoyed Go. I enjoyed Sotsu. I enjoyed Go more than Sotsu. Sotsu had issues. Didn't follow the manga retelling because apparently that was a train wreck. I don't know. Maybe I will someday. Anyway. We got this elephant in this room, and it isn't this. It isn't actually this. You know what? I'm always happy to see more higurashi. I love higurashi. One way or the other, this is this. This will probably be fine. If nothing else, they're getting the voice cast back together to give us new stuff for them to do and say, that's awesome. Whatever. It's cool. However, we got to talk about ciconia. This is funny. Just a day or two ago, I was just talking to somebody. Well, I guess commenting with somebody on YouTube about this. Look, people. I believe if you're excited about this and you haven't yet paid for and bought ciconia, I can't say what I want to say, but what I'm feeling is I think even more than the world situation, I think we can all, you know, say with niceness, with love, when we can see it, you, specifically you, are why phase 2 hasn't happened yet. I feel like we can say this. You know what? Yes, the world went to shit, but the world is shit. You know what? The world's a shitty place right now. It became shitty conveniently, quote unquote, around the same time Ciconia 1 came out. But you know what? You know what was really shit? It's not finished yet, so I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna wait until it's finished. That's shit. That's what's really shit. Where the hell have you been? Okay? You're here for higurashi, right? You like higurashi? You're like, oh my gosh, you know that wouldn't have gone anywhere if the people had taken that attitude about higurashi, right? You know, they saw the first one, they're like, I want the second one. I'm going to support this. I want to see what happens. Also, how can you... I cannot empathize with enjoying anyone they cry, except maybe... What was it? Chapter 4 of higurashi? Yeah. If you can't take any one of those, anyone they cry as a solid fucking VN on its own, why are you even here? Look, I'm rambling. This is, like I said, this is not scripted. Look, my point is, fuck you. This is your fault. Jesus, that's not what I meant to say, but I'm not wasting time on this. Look, ciconia. The storks have not come back because of you, because you took the arrogant attitude of like, haha, I don't need to support this. I will wait until it's finished. You know what a fucking massive, how much faith Ryukishi had in the Western fan base to get that double globally localized like a fucking Pokemon game? Like that was, it's gotten, global localizations and stuff, it's gotten more common these days. It wasn't as common, what was it, 5-6 years ago? I don't know. Jesus Christ. Was it really 6 years ago? Let me look it up. Ciconia, Where They Cry, Phase 1. For you, the replaceable ones. Store page. Please load faster. Let's start it over. Rocksec load. I should have just Googled it. Should have paused. Google Ciconia. Okay. It was released in 2019 before shit even hit the fan. The original Ciconia. 2020 was gonna be the next one. You know what happened? Yes, the pandemic happened, but you know what happened during the pandemic? Record fucking video game sales. People were locked down. Yes. We could argue, and I don't think it's totally untrue, that Ryukishi was probably like, you know what? World's going to hell. Might not be appropriate to make my World War IV story anymore. You know what? Fine. But you know what else happened? People didn't show up. People did not fucking show up. You know, I'm talking about you, not you, Western fans, English-speaking fans, foreign fans. We didn't show up. Like, I don't know how to say this nicely. I'm not being nice at all. You didn't show up, and that's why we didn't get more. I got that shit day one, okay? You don't look at me. I was hyped. I fucking was bawling my eyes out at the ending, like, within a day. of because I couldn't put that down. Anyway, which also gets me to my tangent point. Just because it is like, imagine a fucking Lord of the Rings movies. You didn't not go see the first one because you were gonna. I mean, maybe you did, and you're an asshole. But you don't not watch the first one just because you want to wait for all 3 to be out. That's asinine. So where the hell have you? We're going on now. I'm sorry, 7 years since this shit came out. Not shit. This peak, and y'all didn't buy it. Y'all, you. I mean, what a fucking betrayal. They put the fucking witch hunters in umineko because the Western fan base was so passionate. Was it just passionate when you weren't responsible at all? I know it's saying, the fans shouldn't be. I know it's not right to say fans and This is a fucking. I don't feel like people really respect how much faith was put in us to show up. For fuck's sake. It is June something 2026. It only just broke 500 positive reviews. That's insane. I don't even like saying insane anymore. I try to avoid it, but like, holy shit, that's insane. That's wild. That's absurd. This was like the friggin' Pokemon. Like, even a lot of JRPG series still can't manage a localization at the same date as the Japanese release. How the hell, Western fan base, did you fuck this up so badly? I'm sorry, I'm tearing into you a little bit, but seriously. You ungrateful little shits. I know. There's so much more going on in the world right now. It's much more serious. But like, I don't want to ever hear anyone complain. Anyone who has not, to this day, picked up Ciconia, I don't want to hear you complain about not getting to phase 2 or I'm gonna wait until it's all. Fuck you. We didn't wait. Back in my day, we fucking were following umineko as it was coming out. We weren't you fucking curse words. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I am very open-minded. I think the whole you have to play a video game to like it. Be a fan. That's asinine. That's stupid. I don't care about that. They're different. You can be a fan of something at different stages. That's dumb. That's a dumb argument, and you're dumb for having it. But at the same time, how the hell can you call yourself a When They Cry fan and did not pick up Ciconia within the first year? And you are not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. You're not a fan. You're full of shit. Maybe you're a higurashi fan. Maybe you're an umineko fan. You're sure as shit not a fan of Ryukishi 7. I'll tell you that. Not at all. You let that man down. You failed that man tremendously. You should not be ever in the same room as that man because he has the right to slap you if he wanted to. He wouldn't do that. He's, for all intents and purposes, I'm seeing he's a pretty chill guy. But regardless, the music is my internet's shit. So the music that I had in the background is now I'm gonna wait. It's part of why I don't stream anymore. I've been sitting here for 2 minutes trying to get this shit to load. Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Anyway, look. Praise Satoko and all for glory. What are we doing here? Like, look. I've been a little hostile, but you know what? Here's the thing that really pisses me off about this whole quote-unquote situation. Ciconia is a really, really good fucking visual novel. It is fantastic. If there was never another one, I still firmly believe anyone who has a passing interest in any of Ryukishi's prior works, or hell, even visual novels in general, you should have picked that up. You should still pick it up. And you should join me in just being an emotional wreck at the ending. First of all, I mean, sorry if that's spoilers, but fuck you. You clearly don't care if you don't know by now. Like, I'm sorry, go fuck yourself. Ooh, no, I said something mean. Hypothetical people in Minecraft, don't, no. But no, like, really. Can we be real for a second here? Like, no, not stepping back out of the hyperbole for a minute. The character, the blah, 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 the rambling, goofy Justiguy. Look. The original visual novels were episodic. Those were not guaranteed follow-up releases. I mean, maybe because of the scale of them, it was easier to keep going if hypothetically one bombed, but Yeah. I can't stress enough what a massive thing it was, what it still is, frankly, looking at the state of the localizations, to get a global release for the new One Day Cry on the same day it came out in Japan. After, maybe because I remember, because I was there, I remember Umineko first having unofficial translations at first. I remember the fucking iOS higurashi, like the really old ones. I mean, I vividly remember all the stages to where we got to the point of we're getting freaking console arcs of higurashi and stuff onto Steam now. Like, I feel like a lot of people just take that for granted, which, you know, good. It's like I say with Kamen Rider, you know, it is good in a way that people could, the situation has become so much better that people can take it for granted. But for the guy writing it, I'm sure also vividly remembers how things were back then, you know, and that we, we did not show up for that release. I genuinely feel like, yes, I do think there is truth to the fact that, you know, shit happened in the world, shit is happening in the world. He did not want to tell that kind of story when it was so on the nose, so pertinent, whatever. Maybe that's all true. I'm not saying that definitely isn't true. However, you cannot tell me with a straight face the lack of the Western fan base showing up when he put that studio, they put their faith in us to show up. They didn't have to do that. They could have waited to see how the Japanese, they probably could have come out a lot fucking sooner if they had never bothered localizing it. That's the thing. You know, with Higurashi, Umineko, all those Steam releases you enjoy so much with your fucking mods that you're wrong to use, by the way, that didn't come until way later. Yet, somehow, I mean, not somehow, it's what I'm literally just saying. Maybe you don't get it. Maybe you get into Higurashi now and you're like, oh, I'll do the freaking voice mod. Oh, yeah, which you're wrong to do that, by the way. You should never have voices for your first playthrough, never have new sprites, never have new backgrounds. You go in with the OG stuff. Anyway. I don't know, man. I'm hyped for more Higurashi. I love When They Cry. Very important series to me. I'm going to be there for the new, I'm not sure if I'm like excited for it, but I'm certainly going to check it out. But like, man. I guess there's a part of me that just feels like to see Western fans, English-speaking fans, and hell, maybe this is even true for Japanese fans, frankly. You know what? Maybe it's true for them. Maybe they didn't show up either. You know what? And you know what? Fine. If that's the case, honestly, this goes to you too. Maybe a little less so. Because I feel like Umineko was received differently over there, and it genuinely was not the hit Higurashi was. But for internet, if you were around in the late 2000s, 2010s-ish, Umineko was kind of a deal. I don't want to say a big deal necessarily. It's still a niche, you know, whatever. But like, where the hell are you? Where the hell were all you people who were excited about this new anime? Where were you? Where have you been? Why are you not buying and giving positive reviews to Ciconia? You know? And again, I mean in what I said. If there is never another one, that is still a VN worth every cent. Fantastic. But like, as a hopeful creator myself, you know, not to make it about me, but and someone with just basic fucking empathy, I don't know. It really bums me out that was a lot of faith put in the Western fan base, put in the English speaking, the localized fan bases, and we just didn't show up. Even look at me. Why wasn't I making a video like this 7 years ago? You know? It's depressing. For one thing, that's 7 years of that man's life. Those storytellers' lives that, you know, that they had to, because we didn't show. I don't know, man. And yes, on the quote unquote consumer, no, you don't have to get something, and you know, maybe. I don't know, man. It really bums me out. It annoys me that people are just like, hey, you know, It's not finished yet, so it doesn't count. Or it's not finished yet, so I'm gonna wait for it to be finished. So what? This work that took time and effort and energy, this part of someone's soul they were bearing to you, is not worth it because there's not a proper ending? Fuck you. In Minecraft. Really? That's stupid. That's stupid. It's stupid. You know what? I'm gonna say it. It's dumb. You're dumb. It's a dumb thing. I've said a lot worse in this video, so you know what? I don't know what I'm doing, acting like saying you're. I mean, I'm toning down now. What happened? Did you just not really like it that much? Does reading scare you? Do you need voice actors like a baby? That feels mean and disrespectful to voice actors. I don't mean it in that way, but like, it is not the only requirements for a visual novel, good or otherwise. Is there text? Is there some kind of visuals? Even if it's just... Not even, you know what, not even. If it was just a black background, white text, or black text, white background, hit enter to scroll through, or have an auto button or something, that's it. That's all you need. That is the cool thing about this medium. It can have mini games, it can have voice acting, it can have multiple parts and entries, it can do all kinds of things. At the end of the day, the bare minimum, and that's not to say it in a negative way, but you are a visual novel or a sound novel if you have the text and you are a program that runs. I think personally that's it. That's all you need. And it should be all something needs to be potentially judged. I don't know. I'm rambling now, but I've made myself a little sad, honestly. Like, it's such a good fucking VN. I guess that's what really bums me out. Higurashi and Umineko fans should know. I mean, how many of them fucking... Oh, shit. Oh, no, la, 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 la. Oh, God, I didn't pause it. Oh, no. Oh, well. Whatever. Wait a minute. Was I paused all before? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold on. I feel like we're better than... No, not better. Better is the wrong word. I feel like we should have shown up. I mean, that's what I've been saying. But no, I don't want to say I feel like we were better than this, but like, Higurashi fanbase, what? Umineko fanbase. Because I was there in 2006 when the anime started and all that, and I was there when the translations started coming out. I was there. I was there when the translations. I was there for the scanlations. I was there to support the original release. I was there to buy the Dean anime on DVD with the freaking box set that had the Sonozaki twins on it. I was there. I was there. Were you there? No. I knew we didn't need... We never even had for sure that... Well, maybe... Actually, I don't know if the Dean anime was definitely gonna get a second season. But like, watching it as a dumb teenager in 2006... Jesus, that might make some of you feel really young and or old. I apologize. You didn't know if it was gonna get a season 2 for sure. You didn't know these things. You watched it because it's the same thing with anime, honestly. Like, maybe that's part of it. The fucking seasonal anime that just... finishes instead of just, you're getting an adaptation, it ends, quote unquote, and that's it. You never hear from it again. Maybe that's part of the cultural zeitgeist shift, because I'm still in my head, it doesn't happen a lot anymore, but like, I still think about, adaptations that just started, ended, boop. But anyway, look, I think I've made my point, whatever point there is for me to have made. Ciconia is genuinely an incredible VN, and I guess the point of this is to kind of admonish Western fans and to get a little at the people who are going to be cheering for new Higurashi anime, who probably never either, one, just straight up never acknowledged Ciconia exists, or two, are of the, well, it's not finished mindset. Why do you think it's not finished? Truly, I at this point, I truly believe that it's not finished because people didn't get the damn thing. And I'm sorry if you know, maybe that means I'm an asshole for calling Yukishi a liar, but no, like, look, he's not going to certainly say that he expected better from us. I mean, but I'll say it for him. I expected better from us. I expected better from the fan base that was playing these games scanlated for years for free, who thankfully, at least to pretty decent-ish degrees, did show up and buy the official translations and more spread it. But so, you know, with that, in that aspect, that's good. But like, how? God, that fucking breaks my heart, you know? In this world of creators just not being able to get the support that they need and deserve, and fucking don't even get me started on AI and all that crap. The faith was put into us, you know? Like, think of all, in 2019, go back to 2019, think of all the big IPs. Like shit. We get Persona, you know, localized around the same time because it's big enough. It wasn't doing that in 2019, I'm pretty sure. Like, let me Google it. Persona Scramble was what it was called in Japanese. Persona Strikers originally came out after this, February 2020. Was that the date of the? It took a whole ass year to get to release out of Japan. You know? And if a series as big as Persona couldn't manage that in 2020, yet little baby Ciconia was doing it, I really feel like it can't be said enough how much faith was put in the global fan base. What the fuck? I feel like can't be said enough how big a risk, how much of a leap of faith it was to get Ciconia put out in, let's see, what languages is it in? Let's see, is it English, Japanese? Okay, it's just in English and Japanese. That's still massive. That is, and we just didn't show up. And I don't know what I can say besides repeating myself over and over, or maybe looking at stuff I've said on social. I have been on social media and everywhere for years. You know, this is not a new stance for me, even if it might be the first time I've rambled about it on the channel. But I can't, you know? I don't think this is a good one to listen to. One sec. All right. Anyway, I think I'm running out of steam, you know? So, haha, steam. But you get my point, right? Like, it was no small undertaking to get that out globally. It was just such an acknowledgement of the global fan base. And I really just feel like it is so sad and disrespectful that so many people, it's such a common sentiment to say, oh, I'm going to wait till its end. I mean, there is an unspoken thing. There might have been people sitting out there who think it's not worth it to pay the amount of money they were asking for one part. Although remember, you said from the beginning, Ciconia was only probably going to be 4 phases. So you're really getting the first 2 parts. You know, just remember that. Because again, I think that's another thing. We put a lot of faith in people paying attention, but I guess that's the crux of it, isn't it? You know? And maybe you could flip it on, turn the chessboard around. Well, the audience had faith they would finish it. Ciconia, I want to say this. If all the insults aside, if there's one thing, first of all, why the hell are you still here? But no, if there's one thing I could leave you with. That is a good fucking visual novel. It is really good. It's a beautiful story. It does not need to ever have another installment again to be worth getting, to be worth supporting. And it kills me that people didn't. Like that. It really does. And I don't know what else I can say to that. This is really just a long, 20-minute rant of me saying that. You know, playing it up a little, hyperbole, blah, 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 in Minecraft, blah, blah, blah. You know. But seriously, just Anyway, as far as this fucking thing goes, you know what? I hope it's good. I'd like for it to be good. I love returning to Hinamizawa, checking out seeing what all that they're up to. You know what? I can't say that I'll not. There's anything I wouldn't check out. It'd be cool if it's the Higurashi Brotherhood we thought Go and Sotsu were gonna be. That'd be neat. Which actually, again, would be kind of a leap of faith, taking that faith if they're gonna really do a real proper adaptation. You know, that'd be cool. Like I'm still bummed out that Muv Love got fucked over with its shitty adaptation. You know, that's neither here nor there. I actually didn't watch it, but the fact it started, like, imagine if Higurashi, the first When They Cry, was episode 7 of Umineko. That's what Muv Love did. You can't fucking do that. Like, the entire When They Cry, we're gonna stick you into the tail end of the 4th entry, because remember, the answer arcs or the Cheeto Uminekos, those are 4. Ciconia is 5. So, like, you know, it's nice not having a video game on. You can actually see, you know. Anyway, I don't know, man. This is important to me, you know. And it really, truly bums me out that, you know, maybe I'm being maybe the premise of my entire quote unquote point is too rooted in cynicism. And no, it truly has nothing to do with the lack of support. And there has been a lack of support that people showed Ciconia. No, maybe it truly is just that with the situation of the world, she didn't feel comfortable pursuing that story anymore. You know, maybe he is just of that mindset, you know? That's valid. You know what? If you are an empathetic person, as we know the man is, seeing the actual world descend into horrors probably isn't a great feeling, you know? I mean, no, it hasn't been a great feeling. And then to go on and write about it and make people entertained by it, you know what? I can get that. Maybe it feels fucked up or like you're making light of real current events, you know? That's valid. I don't want to dismiss that. But the thing is, I think if you're watching this, you either agree with me or didn't get far enough into Ciconia for you to even understand what I'm saying as being a potential issue. And I don't know what to tell you if that's the case. Like, except, God damn it! This is what I get for not having an ad blocker, I swear to God. Fucking hell, that really threw me. I don't know, guys. Support visual novels. Support visual novel devs. They are so incredibly talented and passionate people. And I don't mean, not that there's anything wrong with the eroge and the nukige and all that, but I mean the ones that really are trying to use the medium for more than that, you know? Fuck, you know what? Shout out to Milk Plus's Soundless. Go get that on Steam right now, at least. You know, if you're the kind of person who, if you like When They Cry and you sat through 20 minutes of a When They Cry video, check that out. I did a bit of a let's play of the beginning of it many years ago. It's really good. It's really good. You know, that can be. Let's uplift some VNs. Go check out Soundless. It's not technically a VN. Go check out the Song of Sunlight. That's free, by the way. That's another incredible story that's coming out. The Song of Sunlight. Crystal Gameworks. Love them. What else? I mean, okay, I probably know freaking what is I forget the name of it. Akabakas. The Cthulhu dating someone. You know what it is. A new one was just announced, you know. Hell, go fucking support Doki Doki Literature Club even. You know what? I still gotta read plus of that. I don't know. Support VN devs. When they take a leap of faith is massive. If we are ever in a situation again, and you love this medium or you love its writers, and we are in a situation where they put their faith in you, To the extent that Ciconia put its faith in its English-speaking audience, answer the call, is all I'm going to say. Answer that call. Yeah, answer that. That's where I want to leave this. Answer the call. Especially if it's from a creator you've loved. And, you know, I'm not even saying, you know, just support people you've never heard. Although you should support artists you've never heard of just for the sake of it. That's like what being human is all about. Art, creativity, all that good stuff. But no. If you love an artist, support them. Tell them you love them. Share their work. You know, don't sit on your ass and be like, yeah, well, you know what? It's not finished, so I'm going to wait. Because you know what? What if they fucking die and don't get to finish it? How about that? You ever think of that, asshole? You're while they're here, while they're able to still keep going, to still keep creating, support them, tell them. Don't let humanity die. Humanity is stories and culture and sharing and don't give up on us, the human race, you know? Support artists. Support artists. While we're here, happy Pride Month. And yeah, what do I know? I'm just a guy after all. And that is true. I don't know. I only know what I know, and what I know might be full of shit. I might be full of shit. But it's a very strong opinion I have, and I'm sharing it with you. So you know what? Thanks for watching, I guess. You want to tell me I'm a jerk in the comments, or like, well, you go tell me how to spend my money. That's valid. I'm not gonna say you're not valid for that, but like, I'm trying to wrap up, but it feels like, I don't know. I don't want to say it feels like such a slap in the face on Seventh Expansion's behalf, but it kind of does when I saw how beloved When They Cry was in English-speaking communities, and how so many people just glossed over Ciconia or took this attitude that had it been taken on the things you say you supposedly love, they would never have been finished. That's the thing. It would never have been finished, you know? On a bigger note, video games in general are kind of at a shitty place. And this is RVN's video games. Separate discussion for another day. Our medium of choice has this horrific problem where follow-ups will often not build up on their predecessors narratively. They will be like, oh, every entry can be like it's your first one. Visual novels, and especially this series, doesn't necessarily. It's a series, you know, and it respects you to continue. And I don't know. I gotta stop now. I'm making myself sad. Check out the new Higurashi anime. I'm sure it'll be cool. I'm gonna check it out. Maybe it won't be cool. I don't care. We'll get this here. Yukino Satsuki and all the gang come back, you know, for more shenanigans, and that's fun. Anyway, yeah, what do I know? I'm just a guy after all, and until we meet again, I'm afraid this is gonna have to be farewell.